Hi Mala and welcome to another Dice Tower preview. Today, we look into Kingmaker, a game of strategy and power, set in the tumultuous War of the Roses. You'll step into the shoes of cunning nobles, each plotting their way to the top by making strategic alliances and shifting loyalties as the winds of war change. In this game, your ultimate goal is to achieve a glorious victory, either by securing a royal victory or victory via prestige. This game is designed by Andrew McNeil and published by Gibsons, suitable for 1 to 6 players aged 12 and up, and can be completed in 2 to 6 hours of gameplay. But first, let's travel back in time to 1453. The English throne is ruled by King Henry VI, who is married to Margaret of Anjou. She serves as his queen and regent to his son, Edward, also known as the Prince of Wales. The Lancasters, represented by the Red Roses, are fiercely opposed by the White Roses, led by Richard, Duke of York, and his sons Edward, Earl of March, George, Duke of Clarence, and Richard, Duke of Gloucester. These are the Lancaster and York families, but as we play the roles of nobles, we are free to choose our own paths and shift alliances as the fortunes of war ebb and flow. In this video, we'll explore the more streamlined rules for Kingmaker II, one of the 4 ways to play. However, the classic game is still available with its upgraded artwork, along with extended gameplay that includes an optional battle subsystem. For those who prefer to play alone, there's the solo game mode, so get ready to sharpen your swords, gather your troops, and prepare for a battle as you aim to claim your place among the ruling elite. Now let's look at gameplay. As I mentioned earlier, the goal is to win either through royal victory or a victory via prestige. To do that, you need to control the royal pieces scattered throughout the map. These pieces are usually in heavily fortified locations, so you'll need to be ready to mount a siege attack unless you have a card that grants you control of the location. For example, if you have the Coventry Town card, you'll have control of Coventry, which is where Edward of Westminster starts. This can give you a strong foothold in the game and a better chance of achieving your goals. However, not all royal pieces are located in fortified areas. George, Duke of Clarence, is in Cardigan, an open town that can be freely entered as long as it's not occupied by an enemy noble. If you're new to the game, don't worry. There are preset faction cards that make setup a breeze. All you need to do is find the faction cards for the number of players in the game, as identified at the top of the cards. Shuffle them and deal 1 to each player. Take the crown cards listed on your faction card, and you're ready to go. Once you've played a few times, there's an alternative setup without preset factions that gives you more freedom and variation in distributing the crown cards, while still preventing a player from having a devastatingly strong or catastrophically weak hand. Let's take a look at a 4-player setup for this game. You'll start by playing as the Pole, the Duke of Suffolk. Choose your noble piece colors, let's go with orange, and use the orange faction markers with the boar's head emblem to show the locations you control. The Pole controls 8 locations shown on his crown cards, so place him and Berkeley face up in the faction space. Now award all other crown cards to your nobles, keeping in mind that each noble can only have 1 title and 1 archbishop or bishop, and a noble with 1 title can only have 1 office. You want to spread out the troop strength of your cards to avoid putting all of your eggs in one basket. Divide them so they total 100 each. Keep in mind that some offices, like the Chancellor of the Duchy of Cornwall, provide additional 100 troop strength over and above the 50, but only in Devon and Cornwall. Each noble with awarded cards is a unit, and they move and fight together. Combining both nobles into a single stack will give you a troop strength of 200, enough to launch a siege attack on a royal castle or a fortified town. These locations hold a royal piece that will be a valuable target in the early stages of the game. Finally, place your faction marker at 2 on the prestige track to show 1 prestige point for each office card. Now for this, let's pretend I'm the player. I start with the most senior archbishop or bishop in the game, so I take the first turn. Then turns go clockwise. In the event phase, I draw a Chancellor card. Since the Chancellor of England is already in play, I'll hand it over to the faction with the Chancellor card of England. Moving on to the movement phase, my goal is to control a royal piece to boost my prestige and the possibility of crowning a king. First, I'll move Pole along the road using road movement via London into the open field outside Coventry. Then move Berkeley using regional movement to the same place. And let's not forget to move my ship piece out of Plymouth using wood movement point to get out. Then each additional area counts as 1, so 5 points in total. Now it's time for the combat phase. I'll take Coventry by siege to control Edward of Westminster. A siege is only possible if the attacking stack of nobles has at least equal troop strength of the defenders. Coventry has a permanent garrison of 200 troops and no nobles, but I have 200. Let's draw the top event card to see the result. And I didn't get the bad weather delays attack cards, so the siege won't fail. I drew a plague card, Cardigan and Swansea. But since I'm just looking at combat resolution, I'll ignore the plague event and look at the black half of the card. It confirms that neither Pole nor Berkeley are killed. I place both nobles inside Coventry for security against rivals and take the Edward of Westminster royal card and allocate it to the Pole for now. I could reallocate it to any noble in the same open field or fortified location anytime though. I then adjust my prestige point from 2 to 4 because I have control of a royal piece, but not a crown king. No more combat and no parliament or coronation phase this turn. I can only summon parliament if the clamor for parliament is in play and I'm controlling a sole king or queen. Or the Chancellor of England can do it if there is no king or queen or if there are 2 kings. Parliament lets you add cards in the chancery to your faction or to your allies and is an opportunity to gain more strength and prestige or regain those lost. And that's the end of my turn. I draw 2 cards from the crown deck without showing them to other players. And I choose to keep one and discard the other. Since I have no other crown cards in hand, I'll keep the Marshal of England and discard Noble Howard. And that's all there is to it. Keep taking turns around the table until someone achieves a royal or prestige victory. Keep in mind that it's often easier to win by prestige, so don't underestimate its importance. Make sure to keep an eye out for opportunities to earn prestige points by checking your player aid. In Kingmaker, it's not just about commanding armies, but also about navigating the politics of the game and forming alliances with other players. Remember, you don't have to win alone. Working together with others can be the key to victory. The new edition of the game is launching on May 15. If this sounds like your cup of tea, the link in the description below will give you more information. Who knows, you might just find yourself the next master of the throne. Again, I'm Ella. Happy gaming.